Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's had in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. Wisdom voice in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast is like cruiserweight action. Your house is a perfect distraction. Papa see your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Slow.
What's up, guys? Hollywood Howse in your house. We here. We ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are with the shits, because we're with the shits. And I'm ready to talk a little wrestling. That is right. We are back. You already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to professional wrestling. That is exactly what we are here to do. And that's what we're going to do. Talk wrestling. Guys, it's been a couple of days since we on here. We just had a great episode. I got a chance to get Hypocrisy Jones back on the show, and he's been doing a whole lot of great stuff with acting and doing those comedy shows over there in his part of Indiana, over there in Kokomo on Thursday nights. He got one coming up this Saturday night, and I'm sure he's going to tell you about it. And he'll probably promote it. If he slides in here, I'm sure. If he slides in the chat, I'm sure that he will promote it. But yeah, we've got wrestling, man. Wrestling, we're ramping up to Wrestlemania, and we talked a lot about it on the last episode that we had. I gotta apologize to the podcast listeners. I've been a little bit behind on the podcast episodes as far as pushing them out there, but today I'm gonna be buckling down, getting it done, getting all those podcasts pushed out to you that should have been pushed out to you on Spotify and Apple. I had people ask me, I was like, hey, Con, hit my inbox. Where are the podcast episodes? And I'm like, well, I have been a lazy bastard. So that's one thing, transparency and whatever. But I'm going to get those episodes out. But, I just love the fact that, there's people that are still out there wanting those podcast episodes, even though we're here live on Facebook. And I didn't got it all figured out now. We live on Facebook, live on IG, live on X. And if anybody wants to slide in and ask questions, they can. But I want to talk a little Monday Night Raws. We just had Monday Night Raw last night. And the topic of conversation, of course, is always going to be what The Rock is doing, what's going on with Cody. And it seems like, man, we had the promo from Cody last night, and it seems like he's just directly going at The Rock. And I'm like, man, like, it feels weird. Do we feel like Roman is getting a little bit lost in the shuffle here? Like, I All right, back. The whole internet went down. Crazy. Right in the middle of a podcast. It happens. But what I was basically saying was um, Cody is more directed at Rock, it seems like. And as I was watching that, because I mean, we talked a little bit about how Cody uh got. I mean, they're down, man. Cody and Seth, they are down when it comes to Rock and Roman as far as clapbacks. Like you got, and I know Russo put out like a tweet or whatever, and it started making its rounds about how Seth and Cody are like the nerds, and or what did he say? He said Roman and The Rock are like the cool, the star quarterback and the star running back on the team, and they're expecting us to try to hate those guys, but like it's and it's more alluding to like Cody crying and the way Rock responded to him crying, and then Seth don't have real like diarrhea. Dwayne, I'm sorry, bro. Like, no, I know that there are some people chanting that, but no, it's not. That's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just simply not a thing. And with Cody, he, I think that like I don't think he cries as often as people really say that he cries. I really don't. But because it just happened and because Rock put such a highlight on it, it highlights all the other times that he cried, which if you look back at it during promos and stuff, it's been quite a bit. So of course people are going to harken back to that, you know. But the thing about it is Seth and Cody, they're the baby faces in this, and they're trying to push the dynamic that, of course, The Rock, he is, he's on the board. He's on that TKO group board, and he's basically the boss. That's why he's calling himself the final boss now. And they're trying to really simulate that authority or corporation type feel, but more like the bloodline. They control the title, they control the company. Like they have like absolute control. Like they have things on lock. And the story basically is Cody's got to finish his story, and Seth um, can assist Cody in finishing his story, because in finishing his story, it would also complete Seth's side goal of trying to free WWE from the claws of the bloodline. But then you still have Drew McIntyre over here, and Drew McIntyre is steadily trying to tell Seth Rollins, which you get, it's not good or bad, it's not heel or face. Like I know that technically like Drew is the heel in this, but he's trying to tell Cody straight up like, don't don't not focus on me. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you need to understand. I know you have all these side things you want to do, but I'm coming in laser focused and understanding what the mission is. If you sleep on me, this is Drew McIntyre. If you sleep on me, I am going to make sure that you don't wake up. I'm going to take your title. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that you're not fully focused on me. And here's the thing, Drew's telling him in broad daylight, straight up. And Seth is coming out. We're getting a more serious Seth promo because everybody thinks he's just fooling around and this dancing fool and blah blah blah. And that's where it's like, that's where things are starting to get mucked up a little bit. Mucked up a little bit for Seth, because people are just starting to like the song. We all like the song, the crazy outfits. We all like the crazy outfits. But now you got Rock calling him a clown. You got Roman Reigns calling him a crossdresser, and it's like like they're piling on him where he is kind of looking like he's this goofy dude, but it's like, no, this dude's not no goof. Like this is the world heavyweight champion for a reason. This is the guy who has broke his body to hold this title and make this title mean something, because it's important to him to have a meaningful world heavyweight championship that's not going to be off TV for 2-3 months like you're going to have with Roman. So it's all getting mucked up in there because Seth is catching strays looking like a clown, and he's got to look serious for his championship match against Drew, who's looking pretty serious, you know? So I don't know. Mania coming up quick. It's gonna be a great show. And this past Monday Night Raw, we just saw things kind of tense up a lot more, like between Gable and him questioning Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn being questioned by Gunther, and Sami Zayn questioning himself. Whether it be Jimmy and Jay engaging in an emotional face-off. And I don't think everything that Jimmy said really made sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like he left the bloodline first, right? Is that the right? Didn't he leave the bloodline first? Like that whole scenario there was weird because he left. I think Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Jay was conflicted about leaving. And then he left because his brother left. And then Jimmy was gone. And then Jimmy came back and screwed Jay. And then he joined the bloodline after he said we were leaving together. It's a weird scenario. There's been, to make this bloodline thing like work, they've had to take a couple of weird twists and turns, like with that one. Like they thought that people was gonna really go for The Rock and Roman this year until people was like, no, we want Cody. And Cody alluded to that in his promo where he was saying it got under Rock's skin that people didn't want Rock, they wanted Cody. So and honestly, that promo from Cody last night, I know I'm a little here, there, and everywhere. I'm just kind of talking Monday Night Raw, y'all. But I honestly, Cody needed that promo. He needed that promo because I think he was getting cooked by The Rock for real. Like, I'm sorry, when he had his dog Pharaoh come in with the little scarf thing that said The Rock is a cat, I was like, oh, that's corny, corny. That's where that people look at Seth Rollins and they think that he's corny. And Cody has his moments. I'm not saying that Cody is a complete cornball, but he does have his cornball moments. You know what I'm saying? He does. And the crying thing, people like, we're this close to WrestleMania and like we have the top babyface that we feel like is going to be the big, strong, take it all over babyface. And I know we got to go on an emotional journey. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to cry. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like there's a time and a place for it. And I think within the heat of this rivalry, at that point wasn't the time because like Rock been on his ass. Rock has been on his ass. Rock has been on Seth's ass. And like I've been critical about The Rock because I'm like, oh my God, these promos are taking long. And then the walking clown emoji thing, that was kind of corny, but like but Rock's been, I'll say it. Rock's been getting in his bag, The Rock concert was good. He brought back the 2003 theme music. That was good stuff, and I think Rock is starting to Rock just needed a couple of shows to get in his bag. That's what needed to happen. Rock just needed a few shows to get in his bag. Now he's in his bag. Now we're about to see the very best Rock. Now the question is, are we going to see the very best Rock in the ring? That's the question. And it's a tag match, keeps him protected and whatnot. But how well is he going to do in the ring? But as far as keeping me entertained week after week, he's been doing a pretty good job. And now he's going to be going to Monday Night Raw. I'm telling you, man, this ramp up to WrestleMania, it's really going crazy, especially for me because I get to talk about Monday Night Raw. Hype got SmackDown. He's got The Rock that he gets to talk about all the time. Roman Reigns that he gets to talk about all the time. He's got Logan Paul that he gets to talk about all the time. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. He got a lot of names, but me, I'm gonna have my opportunity to talk about The Rock. But next week in Chicago, I'm gonna have my opportunity to talk about CM Punk, who's gonna be making his return to WWE Raw in Chicago next week. And then he's saying that he will be at WrestleMania. It makes you wonder, what's he going to do? He's got to do something, right? You think maybe get involved in the Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins match? Do you think that could happen? What if, oh man, what what if Punk were to screw Seth Rollins and help out Drew McIntyre? I don't know. It's Eschaton. I'd like to talk about that honestly. If we can get hype back on the episode here, pretty